Hey everybody, it's Ronn Grant, and you're watching Just for the Record. Stay tuned, you're watching 284 Media.
That's some great ideas. So we gonna have some lobster? Hello?
Wait, you're the launch again? You say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns. All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today. Mr. Dirk Walters, welcome to Just for the Record.
Thank you, sir.
I do a little bit of research, and as I prepare to interview my candidates, and I sometimes Google them, pull up a stool somewhere and have some conversations and see what persons in the district, feel about the possibility of these candidates leading them. And the response for you is quite interesting. You have young people who are excited, and you have older persons who are also excited at the opportunity for a young man like yourself, to get involved in politics. What has the response been so far, and how has it fueled your entire campaign?
Well, I must say it's been very, very encouraging and uplifting thus far. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, majority positive feedback. And, I'm a person that's been entrenched in my community my entire life. So I'm no stranger to my community or the BVI as a whole. And this is something that I've actually have both young persons and elders kind of behind me, pushing me to make this move for quite some time, quite a few years. Persons have really encouraged me. And they know I'm a person that's always willing to fight for the rights of other persons, to be the voice for the voiceless. And here I am now.
All right. You have, for a very long time, been a part of the entertainment industry.
Yes.
And there's a misconception for some persons in the community, whether it's Calypsonians or in a band. Mm-hmm. They almost feel as though persons talking about social ills are not intellectuals. Have you heard that before?
Yes, I've heard that. And that's like one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
And they've also said that you're not a people's person, which is almost, it's interesting to me because of your line of work. What do you say, just for the record, when you hear those types of phrases and terms being labeled on you?
Well, people are going to be people and they will talk. And I've heard that saying from a couple of persons, that they heard one or two other persons make that statement. And I just laughed, It's very comical to me because, I don't think I would have been nearly as successful as I am being in the industry I've been in for basically from the time I was like 12 years old, and including my job, my previous jobs, all facets of my careers and stuff. I wouldn't have been, anywhere near as successful if I wasn't a people's person. You have to be. Mm-hmm. You have to be outgoing. You have to have an open mind. You have to be accepting of others. You have to be respectful of others, regardless of where they come from, who they are, and any of that. And you have to be fair with everyone. And I treat everyone fair.
Wonderful. With that experience that you have garnered in the entertainment industry, how do you plan on infusing life into the culture and tourism industries with that experience?
Well, definitely, I know that my vast experience in the entertainment industry and culture, because I'm very passionate about our culture, I plan to make a lot of strides to push that in terms of cultural tourism and the entertainment industry. We have so much tremendous talent here, and we don't really tap into that. Okay. And we have to try our best and do our best, make more strides to help people, achieve their dreams and aspirations. And it can be very lucrative. Some persons look at the music industry as just a side hustle, as we like to call it, or a hobby. And it is nothing like that. You can have a very lucrative and respectful career out of it.
No, you've participated in festival for many years.
Yes.
And there are some challenges within the festival and how it's run and operated. We all know that.
Yes.
How do you plan on, again, using that experience to kind of help us segue into a more organized festival event?
But definitely, it's all about the organizational structure. We have to get more of our own people involved. As I said, we have so many different talented persons here, whether it's engineers, it's writers, it's musicians, and we have to showcase our own. We have persons here, local rappers, R&B singers, and the structure to me is, if we're going to have an emancipation celebration, it should be focused on our culture. Yes, we have to, facilitate. We have a broad cross section of persons living here, so you want to, please a little bit of everyone.
Right.
But it should always be, charity begins at home, and it should always begin with our people first.
Why on earth? You could have chosen anything else. If you were bored, you already do music, maybe pick up fishing. Why politics?
Because this is my calling. And one thing I found out from time I was very young age, is that I have a gift. And that gift, besides having talent, my gift is bringing persons together, unifying people, finding the best persons and getting them together, and basically getting the best out of people. A lot of people have talent, they have skills, but sometimes they lack the will or the motivation or the inspiration. And I know I have that gift to inspire, motivate, and get the best out of persons. And I love nothing more than seeing people succeed, especially my own people, my young people. It's a great feeling. Nothing better than seeing someone that you mentored and you taught is an indescribable feeling, Wow. I love it.
Having been born and raised in the 5th District, what would the 5th District look like under your leadership?
The 5th District under my leadership would be the envy of the entire Virgin Islands.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a bold statement, and I can appreciate your honesty.
You have to speak it into existence, brother.
Wonderful. What type of leader do you see yourself being?
Fair, open, most importantly, as always, honest, transparent, and one thing that we don't do around here, we don't speak of enough accountability. People like to speak about transparency, yes, but with transparency, someone can still only show you what they want you to see.
Well,
And
those words have been thrown around recently a lot.
Yes. It's just like people throw around simple words like powerful words like love. They throw that around like nothing. But we all know it's not as simple as people have it to be.
Indeed.
So when you talk about accountability, we have to start holding our elected representatives accountable, take them to task. And I am telling everyone straight out, I am a guy, you can meet me, you can take me to task, you can hold me accountable. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to make empty promises. I'm not a snake oil salesman, as they say. I'm not going to come and paint a pretty picture. If it's one way, it's one way, and you just have to be real with people.
Okay.
And communication is the key. All people really want to know, the average person, they just want to know that you're going to be there for them, that they can reach you when they need to reach you, that you're going to be available, and that they can hold you accountable.
Okay. Why the Progressives United? Why align yourself with this particular group?
Well, Progressives United, I find that myself and the Honorable Julian Fraser, I've had many interactions with him over the years, and I find him to be a very decent man and a man of integrity. And we share a lot of the same core values and principles. And I know he's, like myself, he has a profound love for the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, true patriot.
Okay, and indeed, that is patriotism is something that we should hold dear to ourselves.
Yes, because one of the things that we lack severely right now, especially in these times, and have been for the past several years, is that true level of national pride. We lack that, and we are going to instill that back in everyone, in all our people, all our residents.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with Mr. Dirk Walters of the Progressives United 5th District candidate.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Mr. Walters, tell the viewing audience about some of your platforms that you plan to tackle if elected.
Well, when elected, some of my platforms include, in the 5th District, a big issue that we have is focus has been placed previously a lot of the time on the most densely populated areas, but the fifth district is a very vast district. You know, some persons don't even know areas that include the fifth
Yeah,
district.
a lot of us don't know where it
A
stands.
lot
Yeah.
of us, all up to Johnson's got up to the graveyard over there by Tobacco Wharf, Pazet Estate. Up to a few days ago, I was having a conversation with some folks, and they were like, "Pazet is in the fifth district," and I'm like,
And Johnson got it separated by the gut. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we have a certain level of segregation. It's a very fragmented district, but we're gonna get people together. As I say, my goal is to unify everyone and to get back to the very fabric of our existence, community, that effort, bringing everyone back together. And we have issues where, especially since the passing of Hurricane Irma, pound for pound through our entire district, we are one of the most devastated districts. Residences, businesses, and we're one of the biggest economic zones on the whole island of Tortola, if you look at it.
How so?
Because you have to look at all the businesses in the fifth district. You have to include from Passay Estate. You have all those big businesses there. Come straight over. You have John's Hole, Horsepath, Hunton's Gut, Long Trench, Far Hill, George's North Side, Great Mountain, all of that.
Okay.
Look at the amount of businesses, retail shops, vendors, restaurants, bars. We have our own little Vegas strip up in Hunton's Gut. I call it the Vegas strip. I gave it that name.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our own little Vegas strip, So when you come out on a Friday night or Saturday night, the Gut is the place to be.
All right.
That's right. UTG, G for L.
As one of the, and I say young, but perhaps maybe young at heart, candidates, there's a huge disconnect between persons of my age group, the millennials, and the more senior members of government and community and government officials. What do you plan to do to bridge the gap? How do you plan on bridging the gap between the younger generation and the older members of the government?
You see, the key is basically in communication, as I said before. And we find that in the Virgin Islands here, we have that issue all the time. There's this huge gap, this disconnect, as you said, between the generations. And it's simply because some refuse to listen. The youth do have a voice, They have a voice, and we have to listen to the youth. And it's just like you might be at a job, and you might say they might bring in a consultant or someone from Czechoslovakia or anywhere in the world, just calling a name. And you have the very persons right there in that office, in the trenches working. Who better to ask than the persons doing the work in the trenches? And it's the same thing. So we have to just get together and be willing to listen and respect one another's opinions, and we can sort out a lot of our own problems. It's as simple as that, because you do have a problem where some of the older folks, sad to say, but some of them are kind of stuck in a certain mentality, may have an antiquated outlook on certain things, and they're not willing to change. But just because you are not willing to change as an individual doesn't mean that we don't need change on the community as a whole. So we have to get together and show each other that respect and be able to listen to one another. And that's where someone like myself comes in, because I know how to bring people together.
All right. Why should the people of the 5th District vote for you in the next general elections?
People of the 5th District should vote for me in the next general election because I am a unifier. I am a visionary. I will fight till the very end, no matter what, for the progress and the prosperity of all people of the 5th District and the broader Virgin Islands. I'm not a simple yes man. I'm not going to toe the party line, as they say. I'm not going to just go along with anything just because, I'm going to fight for my people. And I'm very approachable. Anyone can come out to me anytime. And I'm more than willing to listen and implement things for the people. Because at the end of the day, the power belongs to the people. And people need to get that right.
Okay.
You have this thing where some people say, oh, I'm afraid of the government. If anything, it should only be the other way around. The government should be afraid of the people, not the people afraid of the government.
Interesting. I'm going to state 3 phrases. And the reason I want your take on it, a yes or no answer, and some persons feel the need to explain why they say yes or no.
Sure.
But these are 3 issues that could possibly affect us in reference to the possible legalization of each of them. All right? Legalization or decriminalization of marijuana.
Yes.
Okay. Legalization of gay marriage.
That is something we will have to look at I wouldn't want to give my personal opinion on that right now.
Okay. Legalization of abortion.
Abortion. That's another ticklish issue because it all depends on what aspect. It depends on the details. Because if you're speaking of abortion, it could be where, for instance, if you were to make abortion, if abortion is totally illegal, what about a young lady that's raped and, conceives a child?
Okay.
She should have the right, if she wants to abort that child because she doesn't even know the father. She went through a traumatic experience. So there's different variables. You have to understand the nuances. Some of these things aren't simple yes or no answers.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your honesty. Now to a very fun part that I enjoy. I don't know if my interviewers enjoy it as much as I do, but I think it's pretty interesting. I'm going to state some phrases, and the first thing that comes to your mind, I'd like your response.
First thing that comes to my mind.
Yes. Celebrity crush.
Celebrity crush. Halle Berry.
Okay. All right. Do you have a secret talent?
Secret talent? It's not really secret, but I would say cooking.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. That's kind of a tough one.
That
Guilty
one often gets persons.
Yes. Guilty pleasure. I don't know. I'm pretty straightforward. I don't have any.
Okay.
I would say guilty pleasure like that. I'm a straight up guy.
Okay. A luxury you can't live without.
A luxury I can't live without.
Mine's is hot water.
Mine, it would be the internet.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes.
Someone from Virgin Islands history, yesteryear, that if you had the opportunity to take for lunch, you would take for lunch.
Definitely, I would say my grandfather,
Okay,
Carlton DiCastro, OBE.
good choice.
Yes.
Didn't know that was your grandfather.
Yes.
All right. Food you can eat every day,
Every day. Fish.
prepared anyway.
Grilled
Okay.
or boiled.
Okay, that's a good one too. Something you wish you were better at.
Singing.
Okay. Really? No.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I can't really sing.
Okay.
I can write very well, but I'm
uh-huh.
not a singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Best compliment you've ever had or gotten.
Best compliment that I'm the world's greatest dad.
That is awesome. That's an amazing answer.
Yes.
Mr. Walters, thank you so much, just for the record.
Thank you.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.